sells candles. It's called Serenity Candle Company.
Okay.
She gifted you a candle called the Big Daddy.
I got a candle too. Whoa, slow down. Rewind, back it up. This is the remix. What is the name of the candle that was sent to me?
So this is called the Big Daddy. It's only for men who have big dick energy. So, you know, we thought we'd gift this to you.
Smarty,
I burn
baby.
these candles. I burn these candles whenever I'm in my creative mode.
I'm about to burn the fuck out that bitch. I'm about to burn the fuck. I might just like that bitch in my car on the way home. What?
Yes. It's called the Big Daddy.
How y'all doing, man? Look, man, I'm glad you were talking about them kids, because, man, I'm so glad we gone from mine. They've been getting on my nerves so bad. Ooh, Lord, how much I did COVID. Like you said, that homeschooling crap. When it come to that, y'all, I was ready to kill my kids. I'm taking them to Walmart, just trying to get away from the house. We in there, the 6-foot lines and everything. I'm letting them run them up through Walmart because ain't nobody in there. I'm figuring one of my daughters was stealing one day, though. So I get home, and I get comfortable getting my hoochie daddy shorts on, you know what I mean, and my tank top, right? And I'm walking past my daughter's room. And all of a sudden, I know out of my provisionals, I know I seen doggone well a picture of Lizzo. I'm like, where did she get this picture of Lizzo from? I ain't bought my baby now, so I back up and get another look out of my provisionals. And all of a sudden, I'm looking, and I realize, y'all, it's a damn full-length mirror. It's my fat ass that I'm looking at. You got to be kidding me. Are you serious? And then the kids didn't make it no better because I got this pack of hot dog on the back of my neck. They running up behind me trying to take bites out of it. So I'm like, nah. If you don't get out of me, man, I'm so sick of my kids. Y'all don't love being around adults, man. Ain't no offense to you. I know you 17. Wait, how old are you?
What?
How old are you?
17.
17? Wow, amazing, dude. Shoot, man, we aging horrible, guy. Damn. But now, man, my kids, man, they so bad, man. And I got one daughter, man, it's just crazy because I guess she picked up on my eating habits. But her eating habits is crazy because she like squirreling through stuff and eating out of weird places. And I'm looking at her out of my provision one day, right? What happened? I said something wrong coming from Mississippi. Look, for real, y'all. So she's squirreling off in the couch, and I see something orange. I don't know if it's a carrot or a Cheeto, right? But I know it's old. Man, the crazy part about it, she looks at me out of her provision. Right? Out of her side, all right. She looked at me, and she eats it. Look, I wasn't worried at first, y'all. But now that this child is 21, enough of anything is enough. Oh, my word. And then, my baby, I love him to death, y'all, but this traumatic thing happened to me when they was little. Because I got daughters, y'all, and then my stepdaughters, and they was like 6 and 7, right? I ain't really know how to raise kids yet. My dad always told me, you know, we clean up the garage for bonding time, right? Nah. I done took my daughters out here in the garage. We clean it up. I'm letting them sweep, and I'm getting the heavy stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to be a gentleman. So I'm walking through, and all of a sudden, out of my damn side-eye provision, whatever that word is, all of a sudden, I see a rat. Oh, my goodness, I'm a big dude. But when it comes to that rat, I ain't fucking with him, y'all. I ain't fucking with him. But what I tried to do, y'all, we had the music going, right? So since we got the music going, I'm sitting there trying to make noise. I'm crumping. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make noise. I'm like, maybe he'll move, right? I'm crumping, and then all of a sudden my daughter, she jumped in, she twerking. But the rat still ain't moving. All this time he ain't going nowhere. She finally seeing, hey, not my proudest moment, but I looked at her with that broom and said, baby, you got to be brave. You get over there, you get that rat. Oh, I'm scared, y'all. I know I got to be a father. I got to be a father. You know what I mean? So I grabbed the broom from her. I was like, okay, we're going to do it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to inch over there, y'all. I look at him, he look at me. Oh, when I look at him, he look at me. He still ain't going nowhere. All of a sudden, y'all are swing at it. He's gonna run it up that broom. The broom hit the back of my leg. I don't know if it's him or the rat, but I am losing it, y'all. Oh, I'm losing something on me, y'all. I know my leg is getting heavy. I'm dragging, y'all. I'm going down. I done got the boot on the peg, you know, bit me or something, y'all. Oh, Lord. Y'all, something told me to turn around and look. I realized I was dragging my daughter. Y'all, I'm glad CPS wasn't called. I can come make y'all laugh. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
That sells candles.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
Chapter systems are offline.
Number one. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
No Outlet Live with your favorite hosts on the North Coast, Jeremy Tomesek and Jarrod Stober. The road to boredom ends here.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
No, welcome back to No Outlet Live. Hold on one second while I get my camera together. Son of a bitch, there's always something that got to get in the damn way. Welcome back to No Outlet Live, the best live podcast you'll find on Facebook Live. We're broadcasted everywhere on the internet. You could call the show at 216-647-0064. We are presented by FlatHousePress.com and Guardian Roadside Solutions. You can find the show anywhere you listen or watch podcasts. You can find the video on YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Facebook Live is where the live show is right now. And on audio, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor FM, the iHeartRadio app, Amazon Music, Audible, CastBox, and more. I'm your host, Jeremy Tomesek, accompanied to our returning co-host. He was out last week, Jarrod, which I gotta fix his damn computer fucking camera. Damn.
Could we be found anywhere else?
I don't think so. I think you could be found everywhere that I said, motherfucker. All right. So we have one of my favorite guests that I have been scheduling in. This guy. He is somebody that I truly admire. I love his work. This guy.
Beautiful.
I love him, and we got a lot to discuss. Let me introduce you guys to Lexx Vegas. I got to load up his damn camera. Oh, my God.
You had one job, Jim.
I had one job.
You had one job.
There
Church,
he is.
You got one job.
Mr. AKA is
up,
the name. So let me ask you this. I've heard a lot of stuff. We've met on several occasions. You put me on a couple of shows. But you go by Mr. AKA because you do so many different things. And I heard you used to wrestle.
I did. You looking like you got something on your mind, like you want to clear some furniture or something. What's up,
I ain't wrestling you.
No, let's do that. We want to see it.
Yeah, we don't get enough money from the audience for me to be able to fucking take an ass whooping in my own damn studio.
I was an independent wrestler for 15 years.
Pull the mic in a little bit.
My bad.
You're good. You're good.
Right there,
So
we good.
Yes,
there
sir.
you go. Now
yes,
hear
sir.
that bass.
So I was a huge fan of wrestling growing up. I was actually really big into the what did they call it? The era with Stone Cold, the Rock, the Attitude Era.
Okay.
I was huge into that stuff. What got you into wrestling?
Honestly, just fell in my lap, man. I was a big wrestling fan all my life, and then I found out about an independent wrestling company in Cleveland. It was called CWA. It was Cleveland Wrestling Alliance. I went to a show and I saw a guy that I knew, and he was part of the show. And he takes me backstage. I'm meeting the wrestlers, and they're looking at me. And this guy named Tony the Crow, he looks at me and was like, "Hey man, I kind of like your style. Like I like your build." He's like, "Why don't you walk me to the ring?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I take him to the ring, and they like involve me in this match and everything. I had the time of my life. And he's like, "Man, you seem to have a passion for this. You should do it." And Tony trained me. And I kind of went through it very quickly. The average wrestler trains maybe 6 months to a year before they get in a match. I trained for about 2 months, and they threw me into a match, and it just took off from there.
Man, that's wild. So how long did you do this would be professional wrestling is what they call it, right?
Yes.
So how long were you into that?
I would say pro consistently for about 12 years.
Was your
How
stage
much
name
damage?
Mr. or Lexx Vegas?
It was.
So is that where the Lexx Vegas thing came from, or is that really your name?
Lexx Vegas was given to me actually. It was given to me by a young lady I used to date a long time ago.
Oh man, you lit up her night, huh?
Well, no, at the time, and that was before wrestling and everything. I was heavy into music, and she's like, "Your name should be Lexx," and I said, "Well, why?" And she says, "Well, Lexuses are the best cars, and Rolexes are the best watches, and Lexx is the best rapper." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm using
There you
it."
go.
That's dope.
You should market yourself like that.
You think I don't? See, you haven't been paying attention.
See, but I don't know
you
who
have
you are
not
yet.
been paying attention. There is nobody in this city that markets himself better than Lexx Vegas.
That is
go.
the truth. So
And now I know. Tomorrow I'm like, dude, how did I not know about this
Absolutely,
dude? He's
man.
been everywhere.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And the Vegas was supposed to be like an alias, like Jehovah or Nas Escobar, so it'd be Lexx Vegas, but people just started saying it together, and it just stuck, and it became to the point where people know me, as Lexx Vegas. Like you ask them my government name, which I will not say on No Outlet Live, but if you
Or
ask my
anywhere
government
else.
name, they will have no idea who the hell you're talking about.
That's cool. That's really cool that you set yourself up for that. Now, I was talking to my co-host Jarrod earlier, and I was telling him, I was explaining you to him as like somebody that I've seen. I've witnessed you in this short time that I've known you manifest many things into reality, and you've kind of dipped your toe a little bit everywhere from what I notice, and you're starting to conquer your own persona into being one of the biggest promotional people in Cleveland, I think, honestly.
I like that, man. I appreciate that, man. I bet on myself. That's just it. I don't think that there's anybody that bets on themselves more than Lexx Vegas. If I feel like I want to do something and it makes sense and I have the means to do it, I'm gonna do it. If it bombs, fine. If it takes off, great. And the thing is, people have known me to be true to my word, to know that, okay, Lexx is not about to put out no bullshit. He's not about to, have me show up to no crap. So things tend to work because people get behind them when they see that you're constantly, doing things the right way.
So you were doing wrestling, you were doing music. How did you find yourself in the comedy scene?
It was just something I've always loved comedy, man. Martin Lawrence is my favorite comic.
Dude, he was the best of the best in the 90s.
He's literally my favorite comic. Like anything Martin is in, I'm a fan of. And I like comedy. And it was just like with wrestling, I didn't know that there was independent comedy. I didn't know that there were, comics in the city that were doing it independently, just like I didn't know wrestling was. I had to stumble onto it. And a guy, his name is Big Wayne. We're actually doing a show with him now in August. But at the time, he was doing independent comedy. He invited me to one of his events. I went. I loved it. And I'm like, okay, they actually do this independently. And so when I started my radio show, I just had it in my head that I wanted to spotlight independent comics. Like, it was just, I loved it. I love the energy that they bring to the city. So I started doing that. And the more I started going around these comics, I started finding out about all these events and, everything like that. And I'm like, okay, I see these events and I like this part about it, but I don't like this part about it. So I'm going to do it myself to where I feel like I'm doing it right on all aspects. And I literally pride myself on doing my events right on all aspects. Like when you show up to a Lexx Vegas event, whether you're a comic, whether you're a fan, whether you just happen to walk in, things are being done the right way. There's no, comics are not expecting this and I'm giving them that. I'm not lowballing people. Like I pay comics when they walk through the door. No, I don't know any other promoter who does that.
I haven't come across them.
When you walk through the door, I have an envelope with your name on it and I hand it to you. So now all you got to worry about is doing you. I like to do things the right way because I love in return, the laughter, the energy that you would bring into the city. Comedy, no matter what, comedy is probably the one genre where even if you can be telling a horror story or a murder story, but you're making it funny and you're making people laugh and you're bringing joy to people. You don't get that with anything else. If you're rapping some murder shit, it's some murder shit. It's amping you up. If you're watching a movie, no matter if it's a comedy or what, there's times in the movie where you're like, oh my God, like, but in comedy, you're sitting there and you know that there's a punchline coming and you're happy. Yeah. You want to hear what this story is, no matter how gruesome it is, no matter how terrible it is, that something about this story is about to make me happy. And I love bringing that type of energy to the city.
Man, that is fire. I mean,
deep.
Like I was saying, you manifest everything into reality. I mean, you really do put on some of the coolest shows for lower tier comedians, the open micers. Like, you've given me several opportunities of stage time.
I choke you the first day I met you.
I was talking. So my first time doing stage time with you.
And here you are.
So what happened was I was given the opportunity when I came as a spectator. I was in the audience and I was just chilling with my ex-girlfriend.
You had a few beers.
I had a few drinks and I'm chilling.
That's where it all starts.
Especially with me. So he gives me the mic in the stage time and I pull a homeless guy up on stage and he starts playing guitar and the dude kills it. I mean, the
homeless guy kills it on the guitar.
He did.
The dude fucking tore it down. He started playing, "Hey Snoopy, Snoopy, come on" from the O State fucking stadium. He's turning up, and then he fills up like 10 minutes when Lexx gave me like what was it, 6 to 8 minutes
I
or
give him
something?
6 to 8 minutes. This guy does like 10 minutes worth of song, and then Jeremy goes to do the comedy, and I'm like, dude, your time is up.
Was
like,
the crowd loving it?
The crowd was loving it, but it was.
Did you pay that man? Where was his envelope?
His envelope. I didn't. Hold on. First off, I didn't book him.
Okay,
that was up to Jeremy. Okay,
like, that wasn't one of my shit.
I didn't have nothing to do with that.
You want to know something crazy? Is I eventually paid that guy because he was when we went outside of this venue. I was like, dude, where do you live? Like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just drunk, kid. I'm on my bike and
drunk kid.
I live over here off
Then he
of
threw you his jersey. You were like, oh yeah.
No, he said he lived under a bridge over in like West 6th or some shit like that. And I was like, man, that's wild. So I went and I was like, what are you drinking? And he said, I'm drinking Ice House Tall Boys. Nice. So I went and bought him 3 Ice House Tall Boys for his performance. I give love back, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. But yeah, when I tried to start doing my my stand up bit afterwards, because Lexx is like, get off of the stage, like your time's up. And I'm like, I came here to do stand up. I can't help it. This dude went out for 10 minutes. I tried. This motherfucker walked up and snatched the mic. I was like, I guess my time is up.
It was the first time and only time I've ever had to snatch a mic off a comic's hand.
Well, I was on another show, another radio show with Redline, and they said that you've thrown chairs at people.
Okay, why you bringing up old shit?
Man, you know that was fake. That was just the wrestling era, dude.
I backtracked a little bit. You know, I backflashed into my old days. You know,
that's what they said. They said, you lucky you got Lexx in his good days, because he would have beat your ass in a chair on stage.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I've thrown chairs at certain events.
That is wild.
I can confirm.
What did somebody do to get you to throw a chair?
Okay, so this was my very first comedy show, so I was already like brain scrambled. And what I was trying to, what I've known about comics is comics cannot be on time for shit. Okay, it's just not. And I kept telling these comics, I'm like, listen, I'm paying this place by the hour. I don't have a block time with this place. I don't have none. So if we go over, I got to pay for this shit. And they're just like not taking it seriously or whatever. Of course, everybody shows up late. I am pissed. And what happened was 2 of the comics who shall remain nameless at the time, but they knew I was pissed, and they were trying. I knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to cheer me up, but they kept making jokes about the shit, and it pissed me off. And I kept telling them like, now's not the time to play.
Right.
And one of them made like a joke, and it was a chair just like this, and I literally just picked it up and threw it. I threw it in his direction. I didn't throw it at him.
You didn't hit him with it.
He didn't get hit with it. He saw the chair coming and he moved. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you that honestly, I'm actually thankful for that, because
you're thankful for beating somebody with a chair.
Yes, because every single comic that was on that lineup still rocks with me today. So that showed me that they actually really fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? They could have literally been like, yo, this dude's energy is on some bullshit. Like, I'm not fucking with this dude no more. You know, blah, blah, blah. But no,
they knew you were in the right.
They literally like came over to me like, all right, look, we see you pissed off. We got you.
They were like, dude, if you didn't hit that dude with the chair, I was going to. Right. Thank you, sir.
It was all, but it showed me that, okay, these guys really fuck with me. You know, like, because, if I get up right now and throw this chair at you, like, you're like, all right, over. You're going to block me and everything. Like, it is what it is. But those guys were like, really like, all right, we understand. We're going to stop bullshitting. Let's get to work. And to this day, like any one of them that were on that lineup, like I can call them right now and say, hey, I need you to do this for me. I need you to do that for me. And they're like, all right, we got you.
You know, they say that that's a big problem in comedy all the way up to like the famous people. A lot of them will not keep an eye on their time. When you're given the time, you got to wrap it up. I mean, most people, when they put on a show, they'll give you like 30 seconds, maybe a minute past your time. But when it's past your time, you gotta wrap it up and get off the stage.
You're really giving us advice, and we just talked about the story of me having to snatch the mic out your hand, right. Shooting game and shit.
The whole time you were saying it, I was with you.
You see what happens on No Outlet. You see what happens? The host is full of shit. No,
this is where I clean up my act. So, speaking of cleaning up acts and whatnot, we do have another guest, but I do got to forewarn everyone. I think I'm going to have to fix this camera. Here is ChurchBoi, stand-up comedian. I was correct. Here, let me fix this up real quick. Oh my God, hold on. I might need you guys to switch spots actually.
Right, that's cool.
So yeah, switch spots, and then. Sorry about that. I'm having camera problems. This camera has been giving me issues ever since I set it up. So let me introduce you guys once again to our second guest. We have ChurchBoi, stand-up comedian. Here, I'll change your stuff for you over here.
Good job, Jeremy.
Hey, I'm doing what I can. What's up? Tell us about you, ChurchBoi.
Man, I'm from Mississippi, man. Just coming up. Yeah, man. I'm up here in Cleveland, man. I moved. I had to get away from down south. It was too hot, too long.
Just because of the weather?
Too long. Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, man. I came up here actually for comedy, man. When I got up here, man, the comedy scene was so much better than Mississippi. Dude.
Really?
Like yeah, definitely, man.
Like what? People in Mississippi are just more brutal? So
no, man, it's not even that, bro. It's like you have places to perform, but it's like birthday parties. So it's not like if you want to make it an actual career, it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's like you can perform all day, every day.
Like you'll show up to a 6-year-old birthday party.
Right. But as far as actual comedy club settings, man, like they only have like one comedy club. So.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Cleveland is a good place for comedy. I feel like other states aren't really like, you know, Cleveland is a hub for comedy.
It's nice, man. It's definitely
so you came to the right place, probably.
Yeah, man, for sure, bro.
For people who like to laugh.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Like, we laugh at ourselves every day.
All of the top stand-up comedians in this country, they all talk about Hilarities. They all love that place. Right. Every last one of them. And the scene underneath Hilarities has been growing itself because for some reason, this is a great time for stand-up. Everybody's trying their hand at it, which means you're going to find a lot of diamonds coming out of the rough, and it could be from anywhere. Usually the best comedians, in my opinion, they come from places that are not LA or New York.
Right.
And that used to be like the stamp. You're from New York. Yes. You're from LA. You're the big comedian.
Yeah, social media changed that, man.
It changed it in a big way. Right. So how long have you been doing stand-up, ChurchBoi?
Man, 2 years, man.
2 years. 2 years. I
started doing COVID, actually.
That's exactly when I started. I feel like it was the hardest time to start.
Yeah, it was, man, because, like, you really couldn't fill out anything. And then, like, I was doing a lot of things on Zoom. Like, it was weird, too.
Well, I was going to say, with, like, Zoom and stuff, like, did you have to even leave your house during COVID to do a stand-up show?
When I first got started, Mississippi had the one club. And that was the only thing that they had. So
did you have to wear a mask the whole time?
Yeah, had to wear a mask, and they were only letting like 20, 21 people in there at the time.
So how can people know who you are or like who's saying what? You know what I'm saying? You got the mask on, and they're like, I can't remember.
It's
like that'd be a hard.
It's like they don't, but when you come on stage, they were allowing you to take it off because you were the only one in that area. But you couldn't step, like now we can step off stage and walk through and interact with the crowd. Where at that time we couldn't even step off. Like you had to stay. And they had a line that was like right at the front of the stage, and that first table had to be 6 feet away from that, and then so on and so forth. So it was only and
so was it like just 5 tables? Yo, got you like that's just insane.
Yeah, definitely. So it was basically, and that 21 included the staff as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, can you believe we went through that shit? Like,
right, man. I mean,
it is wild. It is a wild thing.
It's crazy. We went through COVID, man, and none of us really seemed affected by it. It didn't really do anything to us.
I did,
except for our grandparents. Like,
well, I knew one guy. I worked with a guy that died from it, but he also he used to be like 600 pounds when he was younger,
right?
And he worked it way down to where he was healthy. He was living super healthy, but from being so big, he had a lot of complications with his heart and his lungs. So when the COVID came around, it took him out immediately.
Right.
So I did know somebody, but he had the comorbidities.
Now, y'all got too serious too quick. Hold on, time out. That ain't even at all what I was talking about.
We're going to take you there. Make it funny.
All what I was talking about. I was talking about, like, mentally, like, from being in a house for so long. Like,
you're the comedian. Make it funny.
Y'all talking about people dying. I know that part, man. Like, I was trying to get away from that. But, this man.
So when you got.
He was 600 pounds. Damn. He died. I'm sure he died. He should have died at 12. Dang, 600. I hope you ain't crying. Never mind. We're gonna talk about something else.
So when you got off of the Zoom comedy sets and all that, when you were finally in person, did you ever have like an embarrassing bomb?
Not necessarily a bum. I mean, I didn't do good, but I snapped out of it. It was an old lady that helped me snap out of it, though, because it was like I felt the bum coming. You know what I mean? Like, it had just got quiet, and I felt like it was like 2-3 minutes, but it might have been like 15 seconds.
What did an old lady do to help you get out of a bomb?
That's what I'm thinking.
Man,
like,
she looked at me, and she was like, bless your heart, baby.
that was it. That's all it took.
And that's all it took. And by the time she said that, I thought about like one of my aunts, and I'm like, well, if I was at a barbecue, I'd light her ass up right now. You know what I mean? So,
since I'm not, I guess I'll just be funny.
Right. So it was like by the time I got ready to respond, my jokes came back to my head. So I was like, okay, I must be loose enough to do it. So I finally started delivering my jokes like I had practiced, and then everything started going according to plan, and it kind of worked out. But yeah, man, it was real because I was so used to just watching people doing this. To know when they were laughing, because on Zoom, that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? If you don't see that, you know they're not laughing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know that. In 2 years, though, never a bomb, like one time.
Like, when y'all say bomb, y'all mean like, boo, get out of here.
Yeah, ran out of town. Never? Hell yeah, dude.
One time I got thrown into a dumpster of white bread.
That undefeated boss. We're rooting for you, dude. We're here
I ain't even finna take that energy on. That's some white folks shit. I ain't never had that one. I don't know nothing about that. We're going to talk about your toes if we had to, but you going to laugh before I get down off this stage.
Oh, yeah.
When you were younger, what was your inspiration to even try doing stand-up comedy?
I was bad.
Oh, you just inspired yourself from being a bad kid?
Bro. I was just bad, bro. Like, I didn't care what was going to happen, but I wasn't going to be my dad, and he was a preacher, so I did the opposite of whatever my daddy did, man. And he was always serious, so I was always trying to be goofy.
But so it's not stand-up comedy, not preaching. Like, I feel like it's the same thing.
Never heard my set, huh?
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying you talk about God, but it's the same mantra.
It's not even that, bro. Like, I'll talk about your shoes, but I'll preach to you and tell you that you got on some hoochie daddy shorts.
Oh, there you go.
Like, you know what I mean?
You learned that from your daddy.
Like, I was like, oh, God, just tell him that he got them 2 little shorts on and they hugging his nuts, Lord. Oh, God, just let him know he got the Superman without the Superman curl, Lord. Oh, God, he think I didn't notice that he was limping a little bit. Oh, God, we love him, but he needs some help, God.
Oh, my God. Dude, yes. You get a round of applause for me. That's fire. Oh, God.
Man. You give yourself one. He gave himself one, dude.
So, when I was younger, I was like the only white kid in my neighborhood when I grew up in Toledo. And I remember at the bus stop, I was in 9th grade or something, and a roast battle had broke out. Man. And there was this kid in my neighborhood that was from, you said Mississippi you were from, right?
Right.
Dude, this kid looked at the other dude that they kept going back and forth. And I've remembered this now for like 20 plus years. The dude said, the back of your toothpaste looks like it says the results may vary. And I lost it. I mean, me and everybody, we was in tears. That was the first time I've seen like somebody actually do just freestyle comedy in front of me. I have a feeling that that's kind of like where you got the taste for you was at school and you start clowning on people right in their face.
Well, what it was, man, being a preacher's kid, man, I don't know how y'all probably don't know, but man, that is the worst thing ever down south for some reason. Like, you the holy roller, like, even though like you come through, everybody.
You mean like you get hated on for it?
You get hated on, man, because like, I don't know, gets the thought of you going to heaven and them not, I guess, I don't know. But it's just,
that would make me mad.
Like everybody like hate it, you know what I mean? Like, I was always dressed up, but like I had to literally go to school and like button up and stuff like that. So I was always dressed up.
So you always look fresh.
Right.
Hell yeah.
The thing is it was a defense mechanism because you were getting so much hate from people for being the preacher's son.
Exactly.
That
so
makes sense.
I had to get down and dirty with him, man. I couldn't show him that I was, you know what I mean, afraid or any of that, man. I ain't have time for it because like where I grew up in Mississippi, it's right next to a town called Jackson. Everybody know the Jackson area in Mississippi. That's the capital. Man, look, it's bad, bro. So if you go there and you soft and they see that, man, they jump on it like wolves, man.
Bro, the shrimp that comes out of the Mississippi River is the craziest thing. Sorry, hard transition, but I went to St. Louis and I was right on the Mississippi River, right? And I went to this bar where they had the jumbo shrimps.
Right.
And it was, I almost couldn't eat it because I've never seen shrimp so damn big.
Yeah, they call it prawns.
The prawns, right, dude? That shit is crazy.
You
got
know the dude, like when they call it prawns, you didn't know it was bigger.
Bro, I grew up
like he know if anything's bigger in his life. Okay.
Damn, why you gotta do me like that though, Lex? Wait till we put your ass back on camera.
Sidebar.
But yeah, when I was in St. Louis, that was like one of the things that I noticed about like southern or southwest type of things. Even like the asphalt looked like it was a different color. When you came up to Cleveland, did you see like little intricate differences?
No, it wasn't no intricate. It's like by the time my front end came loose, I kind of knew that I was somewhere other than down south. I mean, it didn't take long, you know. There wasn't no subtle nothing. Like it was just and I was like, damn, this is different.
You know was like, welcome to Ohio, where all the potholes live.
Man, look, I come in a pothole, come out, and there's a stick on the side of me in East Cleveland. It's like, okay, yeah, this isn't Mississippi anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what this is.
Your car done lost a whole wheel, and there's a crackhead trying to clean your windows.
Man, for real, bro.
And you're still gonna drive that shit home.
Man, I had a crackhead come walking out, man. Like he just come straight up to the car, man. And he walked up to me, and he was like, man, I might have COVID. Give me $1. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Like what? He's gonna cough on you?
Yeah, bro. Like he threatened me, man. He was like, I might have COVID. Give me $1, man. I threw him a 10. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Bro, I'm single for the first time in my life.
Okay.
Or not the first time in my life. First time in 7 years I'm single. And I had a junkie lady near my job completely make me feel like I know I am single now. So I walk into the gas station. This lady looks at me. She goes, Nick. And I look at her, I'm like, my name ain't Nick. Like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm grabbing my coffee, right? I look like a Nick?
You're usually full, yes. She's like, hell yeah, you do. Like,
so she keeps on going, Nick. And I'm like, who is Nick? And she's like, oh, you look like the guy that owns the store. No, you kind of look like him. And I said, man, he must be a handsome dude. She looks at me, dead my eyes, says, you all right. I never felt so ugly in my damn life. A junkie told me I was ugly.
A junkie told you was all right?
Bro, and she looked like she was...
You took the glass half full. Like, he was like, she called me ugly. She said you looked all right, though.
I ain't even going to lie. If a junkie...
Because the question is, did you get the number?
Right.
Hell no, I ain't get that damn number.
I ain't even going to lie to you.
He's lying to
Look,
you. Yeah.
If a junkie done told me I'm all right, I got to go to Sephora the next day. I got to figure something out, man.
Bro, I went to a rehab facility for 3 days.
Let's fix this.
I said, I need some help from Jesus or something.
Yeah, he got the number.
Jesus, please wash the ugly off of me. No, that wasn't it. I was trying to take...
Not as good as him. He was like, dude, my dad would fucking shit all over you right now.
We gonna cast this demon out of him, that no singing demon. He think he got it, but he don't. Hallelujah.
Oh my God, you guys are the brutalest trio. Duo, my bad.
No, he's with us today.
He's with us today.
Oh,
He
shit.
told you at the beginning of the show we were family.
He took me talking
We
about
already
him,
drew
and
the
he was
line.
okay with
Yes,
it. So
family.
he's good with me.
You're on,
He's
Jeremy.
definitely family.
Jarrod
Once you
done
let me
made-
talk about you and you don't get mad. Because I'm going to find something that I know you ain't going to like, and I'm going to say it every time. I
I'm
just have to.
Dominic Toretto today.
That's how I
It's
know
all
we
about
friends.
family, bro.
Oh, yeah.
How the fuck my co-host Jarrod to make
Me
it to
for
the
the million.
cookout before the host?
Hey, hold on. I got
always
the
get a
dumb.
plate.
I got the dumb. Now I'm dumb, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Me familiar.
Uh-oh.
Dom after he's been in the sun for 6 months.
Hey, hold on. I gotta get a lady her necklace back.
Oh my God, dude. So, what do you have? Do you have shows coming up? Do you have anything to promote? And where can we find you online to see more of ChurchBoi, the stand-up
man.
comedian?
Definitely, man. Look, I'm on Facebook as Levi Davis, but on everything else it's ChurchBoi Comedy, man.
Levi Davis, that's your government?
Levi Davis, man. That's it.
Man, thank you for giving me your government. Lex Vegas over here acting like he's too cool for school.
Man, I'm finna tell you real name, too. You know what real name is?
Dude, drop it.
Tell it.
Don't expose him.
Bartholomew.
Oh, he ain't no Bartholomew.
He looks like a Bartholomew.
No, the fuck I don't. No, you ain't been hitting that pen that hard. You hit that bitch a couple times. You ain't,
We're not there yet.
Nothing about me
Bartholomew.
Calm down,
Aloysius.
Bartholomew.
There's nothing about me that gives Bartholomew at all.
He ain't tell y'all.
You act like I
his
call my
middle
dad's
name is
middle name.
Aloysius. He ain't tell y'all that part.
Aloysius.
I can't even spell Aloysius.
I can't even say Aloysius.
Bartholomew Alopecia what?
Nah, that's Jada Pinkett's middle name.
Dude, so did you
Will
see?
Smith run through the door. Fuck you.
Speaking.
Hey, he better not run up in here though.
You got something for
I
him?
ain't Chris Rock. I got a little bit of weight on me. He better come on with it.
You will get Jay.
That's what I'm saying. Man, look, he better come on.
We're in the
Better come
presence
on with
of
it.
wrestlers.
Did you see the news that came out from Jaden about regarding that family recently? He said that his mom, back when she was doing, what was that movie? It wasn't The Matrix. It was one of them other movies that she did right around that time. She was experimenting with ecstasy and hallucinogenics, and ever since she got hooked on it, she's been putting the whole family on it, is what Jaden's saying.
What?
Yeah, she's got the whole
party.
family on drugs.
Right? That's how I heard. I was like, wait.
That's a party, boy.
Why you gonna tell the world that shit about your mama? Like,
She was trying to help y'all relax.
Effed up, right? She know that y'all was messed up, man. She trying to help you relax.
Or she was just trying to drug him where she can make sure she got what was his name? August Alsina. Yeah.
She could have
Go take these
Oh,
melatonin.
man.
She was taking the
go to bed.
melatonin and sitting him in the bed and shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I just read that article a couple of days ago, and I was really kind of mind blown that that Jaden would. I'm with Lex on that.
Right.
Why would you put your mom out like that?
I couldn't.
That's you know that you're gonna be on tabloids when you say
Right.
shit like that. You gotta keep
But do you
that in
think
the
they're
family.
trying to stay like in tabloids, and that's why they say that
Not
shit?
in a negative way. It's only so much negativity you can take.
Right.
before you start
I don't know,
messing
because
up
they've
your-
taken so much negativity
They
the whole
characters-
time. You know what
they
I'm
losing
saying? Like,
characters.
That's
They're
just because
bad.
you can't hide from the world.
Right.
They're just toxic people.
true.
You know, but you it's only so much negativity you can take before your career just goes downhill.
Right.
And if you really trying to sabotage your own career, then that's a whole nother
Well,
issue.
some people probably gonna be mad with me saying this, but I think that is a effect of the head not being the head of the household.
For sure. I feel you on
I
that,
hear
too.
that. And she was fucking Jaden's friend.
Right.
Wasn't August his friend?
Yeah.
So it's I don't
think
know.
Yeah,
that-
but that
think-
whole thing, I think he was doing shit too, and
but
that was
actually,
their deal.
in light of things that we know about August Alsina now, I think that was his boyfriend. Actually, so
Right.
that was actually a little.
Do you think so?
He was, just
Oh,
using,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
using Jada to get close to Will.
Right, right, exactly.
That's why Will was so pissed off at the Oscars. He found that shit out the hard way.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, he definitely
He was mad
did.
as shit.
I mean that
He got
the
tired of people talking about it. If you just found out that this little dude been lusting after you and he been living in your house and everything.
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
sitting
that's
there listening
terrible.
To somebody on stage talk about it.
Every time he's in bed with your wife, he's asking where you're at. Like, I thought this was gonna be a
What
fun
time
night.
Will coming back?
I'm just saying, I'd have been a little peeved too.
Right.
Can I put on Will's shirt real quick? All right,
dude out your house like
ChurchBoi,
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
what we're gonna do is I'm sorry that I gotta switch you guys back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
camera's
yeah,
giving me
definitely.
problems, but let me get back to Lex Vegas real quick. I do have a little bit more to discuss with you real quick. You said you wanted to bring up something earlier, and I figured let's just
I didn't
dive
come
right
here for
into
all
this.
these calisthenics though. I tell you that. Shit.
you
Damn.
about to, you about to get a workout
He
today.
just talked your shit up, and then you let him down.
Right. All these calisthenics and movements and shit.
So tell me about the battle that you put me in.
The battle of the sexes.
The battle of the sexes with Jeremy Tomesek.
One with Jeremy. Then I got booed out of the building. Okay. Well, okay. So every 3 months, I do a battle of the sexes. I do a roast battle between a team of guys and team of ladies. All right. I have the guys captained by Keith Silly, who's referred to in the comedy world as everyone's Brister, if you understand what that means. Okay. And then the ladies are captained by DJ, who's DJ. Yeah.
Okay.
So
We're here.
So I let the captains choose who goes against who. There's no lineup.
And they chose white on white crime.
They did. But and to be honest, I said something about that. I did call them out for putting the only two white people on the show against each other. But it was what it was. Jeremy drew the short end of the stick, okay? Because Jeremy had to go one-on-one with Hannah Belmont. Now, I'm going to tell you, I was not expecting
Fire comedian,
much.
by the way, in
I was
September.
not expecting much from Hannah.
She's a great writer.
You know what I'm saying? She's amazing. But I wasn't expecting much from her as far as this roast battle thing. I just, she was kind of like the token white girl. Let's just put it. So they put Jeremy and Hannah, and Jeremy had already pissed off the crowd because he called out a bunch of comics that weren't even up there against him. He threw some gay jokes out there.
Damn,
some bad gay jokes.
What was your worst gay joke?
No, So I compared.
He gonna have to say it because I'm repeating that shit.
Look, check this out. I compared DJ Brown to Freddie Mercury. Okay, so I started making jokes about how he's Freddie Mercury, right? And then I forgot what the word was in the joke, but I said the F word, and that slipped. And I didn't mean to say that.
What he said was...
Oh, here we go. Now
what
we
he
get the
said
real.
was, and this is Jeremy said this shit, not
verbatim.
me. Verbatim. He said that I'm not worried about DJ because he's going to die from AIDS soon anyway.
No,
That's what he said. That is exactly what he said.
That's part of the Freddie Mercury joke because I said, well, let's face it, at any moment he's gonna die of AIDS, and that's what happened to Freddie.
And it was as quiet in the whole building as it was in this room right now.
No, I heard about 30 or 40 people go. It was so bad, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, I got in trouble with you because I'd have been the guy in there laughing too. Like,
but no, the problem was then this little white girl goes up there. And she's literally dressed like she's on Little House on the Prairie. Like I haven't seen. One
I was
of these,
about
like,
to use that joke too.
Since like the early '90s. Like she was cool. And she goes up there. She opens up this notebook. And she just starts flaming Jeremy line for line. Like it was like she was just waiting, and she picked apart Jeremy. But I will tell you this, and Jeremy can back me up on this, is that I did message him the next day. And I said, dude, I was like, regardless of what happened last night, I really got to give you your fucking flowers because you took that shit like a champion. I was like, most people would have. Did I not?
You did. You definitely did.
Because most people would have been in their feelings. They would have been pissed off. They'd have been ready to leave, ready to fight, whatever. Jeremy just stood there. You can see him. He's laughing himself or whatever. And I think after the third joke, Jeremy just realized he was toast. It was just over with.
Dude,
like,
it was
nothing.
over. So
you can't
what?
be a comedian if you can't laugh at yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. I got a thick skin. I've heard the worst of the worst. People have clowned me my whole life. I mean, look at me. But I can tell you, Hannah Belmont, I fully respect her. She's done battles at Mahal's, the bowling alley, and all that stuff. So she was like
underwear of any of that.
Yeah, she gets down with that the battle stuff, but
she's like the Eminem
dude,
of the comedy scene. Like little B Rabbit.
Check this out.
I'm not gonna lie. There's one that she said to you that sticks in my head.
Me
so
too.
Bad.
Me too.
No, I don't think it's the same one. If it is, then you can tell you. But it's when she said, you said you made a joke where you said you least gave you a shot when nobody believed in you, and then she paused and she said, "Who said people believe in you now?" And I fucking lost it,
dude. That was funny. But what she fucked me up with was she said I look like what's Bart Simpson's
Millhouse.
She said I look like Millhouse if he got caught on. She said I look like Millhouse if he got caught on To Catch a Predator, and then she started saying I look like a substitute teacher, and then she said nobody believes in me to this day, and I got flamed. I mean, she roasted the shit out of me. But
why's your pea coat so small? Is your peacock the same? I'm not gonna lie. I remember I watched that video probably 40.
Wait, there's a video,
bro. I asked you for the video,
dude,
and you
pull
never
the clip.
sent you the video.
No, I never got the video.
I have to send it to you.
Yeah, because we gotta have that.
That's gonna be part of the lost tapes. He ain't gonna find it. He got
all of a sudden there's 10 minutes missing from the tape.
No, I had
redacted.
I did have a couple of good jokes though, because before I was even on stage, one of the other females on the ladies team, she remembered me from your flyer, and she said, "Where is she called me Pee Wee Herman." She called me Pee Wee Herman. So when I got on stage,
they really thought you was a
dude, why do you look like
bro,
so many pedophiles?
I know. Damn, I get all the damn pedophile jokes.
You fit the pedophile profile. That is like the worst.
We ain't going.
Ever.
We're not gonna put that out on my podcast.
No, we're not. They said it. I was getting clarification on what your partner said.
We need to check the sex offender website and see if there's a red dot over this place.
This is an apartment complex. Of course, there's gonna be red dots over here.
20 of them. One of them might be this guy.
I would like to announce that those opinions of the host and co-host of the No Outlet podcast do not reflect those of the guest or our artist ChurchBoi. Okay, we were just invited here. We did not know that there was any type of ill will going on here. Okay, so please understand that we are just guests in the building.
Terrible. You are terrible.
Guilty
Hold
by
on.
association.
So check this out. Check this out. This was my joke of the night, though. This one did work, and people were kind of like, okay, this is how I opened up my set before I ruined it with the gay jokes and Freddie Mercury stuff.
There you go.
So this lady called me Pee Wee Herman, and I'd never seen her out. She was funny. She was roasted the dude she went up against, and I said, how the fuck is Bone and Ribs and Harmony gonna call me Pee Wee Herman? And people got lit in there for a second, but then I went right into the gay stuff, and it fucked everything up.
So you had it,
and the mic kept cutting out on me. The microphone was a huge problem. It threw me off my mojo.
Nah, that was God trying to tell you to let that go.
It might have been God like lead the gays alone, bro. What are you doing?
He's like, man, I like you, man, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that joke right there.
You do realize you have to return to Lakewood. Okay, let's start there. Okay,
yeah, right.
Dude, I'm seriously surprised I didn't get jumped when I got home.
You're shooting out gay jokes and shit, and you got to come to the gay capital.
You're on the front lines.
What's crazy? I was driving Uber the other day, and like y'all know that smoke was bad, and I thought it was
real bad.
Look, I thought it was one of them from the community, but I think she was passing out. Now that I think about it, because she was out running, and she was like.
Oh shit! I wish I had your camera, man. Oh my god, that was perfect.
Good job,
damn,
man.
I can't believe this camera's fucking up on me right now. So, Lexx Vegas, you've been putting on all these shows. What do you have coming up, and where can we find you online?
Oh man, you can find me. I'm Lexx Vegas, LEXXVEGAS. On Facebook, it's Lexx Taught Me. On Instagram, it's LexxV520. On Twitter, you can find me at your baby mama house. You can find me coming out your mom. Long story. All right. As far as,
I have seen him in both of those places. Crazy.
Yes. All right, you can find me every Thursday on Redline Radio, the Lexx Vegas Show, Mr. AKA.
Big shout out to Redline.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of Redline, man, the boy Church, man, he got his own show coming up, man.
So, Church got his show coming.
I might get a guest spot on there once or twice, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to get in line like everybody else. I don't get no special privileges.
Shit, me too. I need to get in line for this motherfucker. Put me in the line, please. I'll pull my number down.
Actually, right now, I'm focusing on I manage ChurchBoi now. Lexx Vegas Management, LVM, we in the building, baby. All right, so
what's LVM?
LVM, Lexx Vegas Management.
Las Vegas Management. Okay.
I'm about to get out this chair.
Now that
Lexx Vegas Management, man, don't fuck up the name. No, but we have a show coming on. We just jumped on the Grog show lineup for the 16th of July. The 22nd of July, we'll actually be at Greenwich Comedy Club in New York City.
Big moves.
What are we doing? End of the month, I have my Unapologetic series. This time it's going to be the 29th. And I'm bringing an all-female lineup, but ChurchBoi is hosting it. Okay, so I got an all-female lineup that I'm bringing the Unapologetic on the 28th. The 29th,
Y'all see how pretty I am. That's why. That's why.
They can't right now.
Put you on camera.
I can't put you on camera. We can't see how pretty you are.
I know it. That's why I'm saying.
It's just this.
I got a face for radio. Just know.
Yeah, we got.
I got the face for radio.
We got a lot of things coming up, man. We actually we'll be at B-side on Wednesday. One of the team members, Ulysses Dickerson, she's hosting over at B-side on Wednesday on the 5th. So Team Vegas will definitely be in the building there.
Big shout out to Ulysses also, by the way, and we got to schedule an interview with her on the show. I would love to have her on.
But we got, man, I'm surprised, and I'm actually able to rattle these dates off because
you're damn good off the dome.
right? You know,
you said a lot. Like you got a lot coming up, man.
Y'all notice I ain't said nothing.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Well, that's what he got. That's what he got
boy
me
got
for.
you.
That's what he got me for. I literally just text him. All right, you know, we got this, and this. We need to be here at a certain time.
He keeps the itinerary.
Look, I had the nerve to get mad at him one time because he didn't text me and tell me where I was supposed to be. The man said, "Why you ain't here?" I said, "Why you ain't come?"
Yeah, right. You know you gotta call me. Give me a wake up.
You know, but yeah, we got a lot of things coming up. We're booking a lot of out of town events. We just booked church back in Jackson, Mississippi, man, which is a big look. You know, that was really one of my big. That was
that's
honestly
dope.
A goal of mine. Like, and I told church that when I first started managing them, I said, you know, one of my goals is I'm gonna get you back home.
Dude, that's so cool, and that's that's big respect, man. He's got a lot of love for you.
Definitely a man of his word, man. Look, he ain't never told me nothing wrong, bro.
Man, that's solid. That's a real solid
when
move.
He did tell me something wrong one time, I take it back.
Oh man,
yeah, I heard this time. What was it?
No, he just told me he's like, man, look, I need you to meet me at the studio. I go to the studio. I've been at the studio for like 30 minutes waiting, right? I'm all at the wrong studio. And this man talking about, man, we on air right now. I'm 30 minutes away.
No.
And he got there in 15.
I still made it in 15 minutes, though.
It's not bad.
Man, we got that he just reminded me, July the 10th. That's a day that he starts the Church Boys Fellowship. And also we have a stream space that we do. Every month on the second Monday of every month, I take 3 comics and I take them to Stream Space. If you've ever heard of it, but it's a dope setup. And
I recently just watched you do a show with Keith Silly,
right, that's what
Timbuktu,
and
what
Church
was
Boy.
and ChurchBoi.
Right.
Yeah, I watched that, and that was actually really cool that you guys did that. I like the concept.
We're gonna be doing that every month. It's just a live stream. I'm providing a space, and it's just a time where people swear that they support you. I support independent comedy. I support ChurchBoi. I support everybody else, but then they don't show it. So I'm like, okay, this is your time to really show it. Like, these are comics. They're independent comics. They're up and coming. They they need money for merch. Right. They need money for travel. They want to do these things, and this is the time we support them. I flash their Cash App, their Zelles, their Venmos. Like, every little bit helps. Like, I tell them all the time, I say, if you get 10 people to send you $5, you just made $50 off your comedy. And that's all you're doing is, and I'm not telling them to go up there, and I don't have them do a set over there. We literally just go down there and kick it. We all just have a good time. You go out there, you just, whatever you want to do, and then just how do people support you.
I talked about sweet potato pie.
And I'm saying, and then all of a sudden, you just start
you and Timbuktu.
Right. You just start hearing those phones, ding, 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 like people, like I'm telling you, because when you call people out and say, hey, because you'll tell people like, hey, I got a show this day. Oh man, I got to work. I ain't got no babysitter. Or I ain't got no gas money. Well, guess what? You don't need none of that now. You can watch it from your phone wherever you at. Yep. So now what's your excuse? So I've started doing that, and we're moving along with that. It's coming up real well on July the 10th. I got Spike Lee, Gene Miller, and Tyrone coming through, and we're just gonna keep doing that every month. Just spotlighting more comics, giving them just a chance to shine. It also gives you a chance where you may have some people out of town that have never seen you do comedy before. Hey, you can log in on this and you can watch me. You can support me from wherever you are.
My first time doing stand-up comedy, do you know Brandon Petrie?
I do.
Yep. I worked with him.
I like Brandon.
And I wasn't doing comedy or nothing. I was still like, I was trying to get back into doing music at the time, but I was talking to him. People were telling me like, oh, he's a stand-up comedian. I was like, oh. So I went and chopped it up with him. I'm like, yo, I got a podcast. I used to do music, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, it's crazy that you do stand-up. I always wanted to try it. And he was like, why didn't you? And I was like, I don't know. I guess I had just been kind of scared. And he was like, don't be a bitch. Just go do it. And dude, it was the best advice I ever got.
I gotta do it. Like, you can't just throw that in there. Don't be a bitch. Like, okay, now, okay.
So check this out.
Now I feel like I gotta rob the bank just because you called me a bitch.
Right. So he says, don't be a bitch and just try it. So I'm like, he's right. So let me.
Was he right about you being a bitch, or you should try it? Right?
Both.
Yeah, both. So I went and I got on Facebook and I looked up the comedy scene and just tried to find where you could do an open mic. And I show up to a sober bar And my first spot ever on stage doing comedy, I had to follow Tyrone Gaines. The worst fucking time ever. Like when he went up, I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck? How am I gonna follow this dude? He's like a damn professional. And
Tyrone is dope, man.
Dude, he is so good.
He's one of the guys. I was telling you the story earlier about my very first show, that the guys that stuck with me. He was on that show. Matter of fact, he was every show that I have. I literally picked like somebody that was just like the belle of the ball, pretty much. Somebody who just stood out, and it was Tyrone. And they'll tell you this, like I think he went in the middle of the lineup, and he absolutely killed it on my first show. And he started me to pick out just different artists that just, and it's no disrespect to anybody else that's on the lineup or anything, but somebody just stands out that night.
Tyrone is just so good at his craft. The dude has.
Tyrone
it almost seems like
man.
He takes it super serious. You can tell he's like he's very seasoned when it comes to this comedy shit. I mean, the dude's
Tyrone
funny.
Knows that he's on the bubble of something big.
He is gonna be famous.
He has that like, I'm gonna be famous in a minute, so support me now.
And he's also one of the nicest people. Every time that I've been out at a spot with him, he'll sit down, he'll chop it up with me. We'll both get a drink.
Around white people, I'm gonna let you know.
He what?
He gets nervous around white people.
Damn, he gets nervous around me?
I'm joking.
I thought we were cool. What the fuck, Tyrone? That's why you wouldn't come and do the show with me? No, but with that being said, we're about to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Lex Vegas and ChurchBoi.
Yeah. What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
We've been drinking like we're dying, driving like we stole the damn thing. We're all deranged and damaged, but goddamn it, I love it. Goddamn it, I love it, and we deserve to be loved a hell of a lot more than we've been here. Yet most days I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Yeah, I feel so small in this city. Yeah, I feel so ugly in this world. Please accept us how we are. Just accept us how we are. Do you see what's wrong with everything in this place? Or is it just me? My skin from its skeleton, break apart every bare bone. Use my hair as your kindling, and make my insides your home. You're never alone. Take from within what you will. Suck the blood straight from my feet. Discard every shred of evidence. I see a world with less people like me.
No Outlet Live.
Hey, I'm Jay Remy, host of No Outlet Live. If you're in a podcast that explore any and everything, check us out. We stream anywhere you listen or watch podcasts, or just type No Outlet Live, one word, in your Google search bar to find the show. Live Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook. No Outlet Live, your road to boredom ends here. Do you like Tessa? Do you think this will be a date that can last?
Well, she's not very articulate.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
It ain't delivery. It's the best podcast live on Saturdays.
All right, we are back on No Outlet Live. Thank you for tuning in. You could always call 216-647-0064. We are about to jump in to the news. So let me start pulling up my news stuff. I'll switch our cameras over here to where they can see what we see. All right. Oh, you know what? And actually, before that, I did curate a couple of videos specifically for you, so we will share a couple of videos just for Lexx.
Oh, shit.
So, hold on. Let me start this back over and tell me what you think.
I'm having a hard time realizing what's going on, I guess.
Let me
see what's going on.
What do you think?
You got it?
What do you think about this wrestling move?
I think it's weak, but
I think if it was real,
Is he about to snort cocaine?
I feel like if it was real, he would really get whooped after the dude gets done with that line, though. Like, there's nothing he can do. Like, he really just hurt his case on winning at that point, didn't he?
Yeah, you're actually very right. Once that dude gets that big ass line of coke, he's about to fuck that whole ring up.
And see, like, what I need to know is what happened after.
Right.
Like if I was producing this match, I would have literally told the dude that took the line, like, you gotta go crazy and fuck everybody up. I don't care who, you gotta fuck the referee up. You gotta fuck your own partner up. You gotta, like, if you're gonna go that far, if we're already gonna go that far and do a line in the middle of the fucking ring, we might as well just go all out. We've already crossed the line. The line has been crossed, so we might as well just go the fuck out and see what the hell happens.
Literally.
Yeah,
I've done cocaine also. That's a pretty big line right there.
Okay, first off, you're not just going to slide in, I've done cocaine. That's a big line. No, motherfucker, that's not something you admit. That's something that you...
Why not?
I feel like that.
Don't throw that shit out there. Right, you just threw it out there. So that's one of your dates. That's why you're single right now. Okay, because that's one of your goddamn opening lines and shit. Hi, my name is Jeremy. I do bad fucking jokes and bad cocaine.
I
feel like this is a Tuesday.
He did tell us he went to rehab for 3 days. That was like the first thing in the conversation.
No, that was after. That was therapy. That was therapy.
I'm trying to clean it up now.
That was therapy for Hannah Belmont bodying me.
Yeah, I did a line, but what you doing tonight?
Right.
No, I mean
whatever the fuck you're not doing. Okay.
I used to sell it also, so I would have to do it. Yeah, hell yeah! All of my profit was for me.
Horrible drug dealer.
I was.
You were a horrible drug dealer.
You remember Friday was Smokey was smoking all of his weed.
Testing out your product in front of the customer.
That's how you get them to buy it.
No, that's
the bell sounded. This guy agreed to it.
That is not how you get to buy it, okay? Drugs sell themselves, okay? I don't know.
Cocaine definitely does.
I have never seen a motherfucker with a showroom and shit like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this heroin real quick.
I feel like this is DJ Vlad. He trying to get us to buy guilty by association.
As I said before, if I got to do the disclaimer again, I will fucking say it.
You almost fell for it.
You know what? If I could, I'm so appreciative that you could compare me to DJ Vlad.
Hey, and then what's crazy, because they Wi-Fi is like Federal Investigation Bureau or some shit.
Damn,
too.
how did you find that?
Don't worry about it. I prayed to God.
Once
and God,
again,
look, I prayed.
Those opinions
showed you the way.
of those from No Outlet Live.
Look,
do
God,
not reflect.
God don't want me to make no fool of myself, so He shows me signs.
Hi, my name is Jeremy, and I've done cocaine. Fuck.
So here's another
They thought
video.
we were gonna be like, me too.
So you remember back in the era of when I was a fan of wrestling. Paul Bearer used to be Undertaker's road dog, right? I remember seeing this live where Paul Bearer had this speech, and somebody in the crowd threw in the funniest fucking comment that could have ever been spoken. All right, hold on here.
Did this man say Paul Bearer?
Paul Bearer.
I think you
Paul
did.
Bearer.
That was his name, though.
How do you say it? You say it.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bear. Paul Bear.
Sounds like a dude chopping down trees in the
hard
woods.
R's that you were using.
Paul
it was the hard
Bunyan.
R's we was using.
Hey,
Black people, we get triggered by
It
hard
make my-
R's.
it make my
okay?
eyebrows go
You know
up.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like we say Paul Bear. You say Paul Bearer. Okay,
Right.
now it was a difference.
But that's how it's spelled.
We get triggered, but then we get triggered by hard R's. I'm telling you, you gotta enunciate. You gotta let shit roll off.
You
your
gotta
tongue.
end it on the R.
You gotta
First off,
Not so hard. But not so hard.
All right, so check this out. Check this out. Paul Bearer. This is Paul
I'd rather
Bearer.
say that. I'd rather you say that.
My Bearer.
My Bearer. Paul Bearer. He gets cut into deep by a fan in the crowd.
How do you think it makes me feel? Tonight!
Do you hear this guy in the
Like
crowd?
a shitbag piece of shit.
Like, how do you think that makes me feel? Like a big fat piece of shit. I saw that live as a kid, and I was in tears. I couldn't believe that I had just seen that. I looked for...
Wrestling fans are brutal, man.
Dude, they are hardcore.
Wrestling fans are brutal.
But yeah, those are the two videos that I curated specifically for you. Let's jump into some news. Right now we have America's Most Wanted Murderer suspect avoided cops for 39 years by posing as a state official.
Hell yeah.
Dang. Hidden in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight.
And I'm sure all those state officials are all criminals too.
He probably got like 3 more murders since then, though.
Yeah, right.
As the official. You know?
He's like, well, since I'm, in this position, I guess I'll take advantage a little bit.
I bet you
So-
he has dirt on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
dude,
He got
for
dirt on
sure.
everybody.
With a stash like that,
He's
how
probably-
couldn't
he's
you?
He's probably out of jail already. They got together and got his ass out of jail.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. That's why he's smiling. He's like, I'm gonna be
I
out.
got you,
I'm gonna be out before.
I got you.
Don't even bring me the sandwich or nothing. I don't want you. I want
Yeah,
your bologna
right?
sandwich. I ain't gonna need it. I'm about
You
to
don't need commissary, nothing.
Hell no. I'm walking right the hell up out of here.
He's good.
Yeah. That's the look he had on his face. I'd have looked like a fucking snitch in that motherfucker crying.
He has the,
Yeah, right.
He has
Who
the
takes a
look.
mugshot like that? Like,
He has the look that the junkie gave me. I'm all right.
Cause he knows. He like, shit, y'all let me stay in here 1 hour and watch I'm crumbling everybody's life. Okay? I better be out of here in 60 minutes.
or less.
So, Santini disappeared in 1984 from Hillsborough County after being named as the primary suspect in the murder of Cynthia Ruth Wood, whose body had been found dumped in a canal after being strangled. Since then, Santini had built a whole new persona for himself as the image of a respectable man. One of his colleagues told ABC, "We are all flabbergasted. He was a pillar of the community. He seemed upstanding. He was an advocate, non-confrontational, and was hardly hiding. I am still trying to process this." He was finally tracked down in a rural community around an hour from San Diego called Campo, which had a population of about 3,000 people. This dude got caught up, and got pop-ups. Another one of his colleagues said, "It was really one of the most shocking things I've ever heard in my life. Anybody who would like to see an old case solved would be happy, and be happy for the family of the lady who was strangled, but it's totally shocking that his buddy Santini had murdered so many people. After 39 years on the run, he was finally arrested on the 7th of June. So that was about a month ago.
How'd they find him?
Oh, let me go back up in here. He had avoided capture by using more than a dozen aliases, as well as often changing his location. He was tracked down. Oh, they don't really cover how they found him in this. Maybe it's a little further down.
He down to 23andMe.
Yeah, right.
No, this is a whole different case right here. I
It
believe.
just goes into a different story. Did you
A
vet
woman
this
ag-
story? Like,
No, I
read
don't
it
ever do
first
that.
and said, hey.
Man, we fly by the seat of our pants here on No Outlet Live, baby. Let's go into a whole nother news story.
So we ain't gonna find that. We're just gonna move on.
No, we the first couple weeks we watched these like Maury episodes that were dudes who might be chicks and they're all like wearing dresses and stuff. Then we didn't even get to see the final episode, like the end of the show, like where it
got
reveals who
scrubbed.
it is. So we just talked about transvestites for 2 episodes, for no reason. Sorry, guys.
Why you gotta shit on the show right now? Damn, now it's 3-on-1, huh? So R.I.P. brother Dwayne Johnson joins millions of heartbroken WWE fans in the mourning over saddening demise of 54-year-old quadriplegic ex-WWE star. Do you know who this is?
Why they be sad about people that's gonna die anyway?
Well, that's kind of a good point.
Like when he came back from the hospital and they was like, man,
yeah,
6 months,
quadriplegic.
Maybe. And
I mean,
anything past that 6 months, bro, I'm not crying for you, bro.
Man, that's kind of rough, man.
But I'm saying you're kind of in a better place by then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not finna cry for you, bro. Like, not now.
I mean, to be honest, I think I would rather be put to sleep than to be a quadriplegic.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean? You got to have people wiping you your whole life.
If I'm walking around like
I only did that for a little bit.
Pull the plug. Pull the plug.
That's it, bro. Like, give me a day of that.
Right.
If I ain't out of that, bro.
Just go ahead and pull the plug.
His so Darren Drozdov, he died of natural causes on Friday. His last match was on October 5th, 1999 at the how do you say that? Nassau Coliseum, which left him paralyzed in the ring from the neck down. He got slammed on his neck. Yep. Are you familiar with this, Lex?
Yep.
So I wasn't familiar with this wrestler, and I think I was still watching in '99, I believe.
He wasn't like a superstar wrestler, but he was like hailed as like the next big thing.
Yeah.
But he never got a chance to take off. He had this before Droz, he was Duke the Dumpster Drozy, or how you say his last name.
Okay.
And he had this
the Dumpster Drozdov?
Yeah. And they used to literally, his thing was he would throw up in the middle of a match or something. Like, no, seriously.
I love that.
Like, and that was his thing. And like, of course, the crowd, white guys.
Yeah, dude, we love it. We love that.
I know. You do it like every weekend, like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like no, I've never. But no, he was hailed as like the next big thing, and then he had an accident in the ring, and like accidents happen. Like that's just one of the things that you know. I've been injured in the ring plenty of times. So,
how did you get injured in the ring?
I have a plate and 8 pins in my left wrist from breaking my wrist in the middle of a match.
Damn.
My big ass coming off the top rope. Guy didn't roll over. I was supposed to miss the elbow. He didn't roll as fast as he could, and I thought I was going to land on his head. So I was trying to contort myself in the air, and at the last minute, I put my hand down and just snapped right. You know.
I love you to death, Lex, but nothing about you says contort.
hey, that was one of the reasons why I was so popular on the indies, because for a big guy I can move.
Right.
Like, you know, so that was my thing. I was always flying around every damn where, and just one time it just ended bad. I went to do a dive outside of the ring, and I missed like 5 guys and smacked the gymnasium floor from like 12 feet in the air.
Ouch.
Man, you're a big guy. You were doing all the high flying stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That is wild. You were asking to shatter your arm.
That was really the thing about my popularity, was that I was such a big guy that can move.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, injuries happen, man. I broke my tailbone in a match. I had to drive home from Columbus on my side because I couldn't even sit on my ass. You know, like injuries happen.
You know, that reminds me of I just watched an interview on Joe Rogan with Ric Flair. Man, and that dude was talking about how hardcore the wrestlers really were outside of that ring. Like, they're in there giving you entertainment in a show, but he said they'd show up to like bars and they'd be trying to grab girls and drinking and having a good time. But every now and then a fight would break out, and these wrestlers would show up in a bar and just mop and clean up the whole bar.
I was about to say, could you imagine that shit? Like, you're about to be in a bar fight, and all of a sudden, every WWF star walks through the door. You're like, I'm so fucked.
But look at this, though. It's the same thing, though. If you look at it, man, if you wrestle with your daddy every day and you little,
yeah,
you're going to get stronger than those other kids around you. So if you grab somebody normal, bro, like I've been wrestling with somebody that's bench pressing 450 easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They playing with it, bro. Like, even if I'm not that strong, if I grab you, though, I'm finna sling you around.
Well, see,
so I get that.
My dad, he never wrestled with me. We just did cocaine together. So he is.
This dude never had a chance.
Never. No, if you knew his dad, you know that was true.
You have to pray for Jeremy for
It sound like we had the same father. I just never did cocaine with him. I seen him do cocaine, but I never.
I couldn't turn
never
down.
bonded.
My father was the ultimate role model. He showed me what not to do. Okay.
The apple
Whatever
doesn't
the
do
fuck
drugs too far from the tree.
Bullshit.
My dad always got high with the Holy Ghost, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
I wish my dad got high with the Holy Ghost. I was the only one that had any church in my life growing up.
Turned holy water into fucking liquor. Like my father.
Man, Jesus turned it to wine, baby.
Ultimate sinner.
I don't know. We might have to debate that one. My daddy is the ultimate sinner. For sure he is. Uh-huh.
You ain't never met Sonny.
All right.
Man, our dads might be best friends.
Right now on No Outlet Live.
Daddy Showdown.
Daddy fucking Showdown.
My daddy is dad. My father, I take it for what it was. He showed me what not to do. He tried his hardest to show me how to be a man, but he was very into other things. Let's just put it
you know
that
what?
way.
I got it. And, I'm shitting on my dad a little bit right now, but I do got to say I had the same upbringing. My dad did show me a lot of manly stuff. Yeah. He just had his own problems. He had
his issues. He had demons. But, my father to this point, to this day, this is no lie, my father had a reputation in Cleveland as either stealing or robbing. He used to be a stick-up kid at first.
Oh man!
Then he went to pimping women, but he had a reputation for either stealing or robbing from like 90% of Cleveland. So like when I would meet people and they'd be like, "Oh, Sonny's your father," I'm like, "What did he steal from you?"
Oh,
that's literally that would be how I would greet people. Because that was my father's, like, my mom would tell me stories all the time about my father getting shot up in her car and, things like that. And, I was in the back seat of the car one time and somebody tried to throw a brick through the window and, things like that. Like, this is my upbringing, but it was my father. But it made me who I am, and it also showed me what not to do as a dad.
My dad at one point robbed a crack dealer in EC, and the dude put the rock through the window, and my dad snatched it and pulled off. And the dude started shooting through his car, and my sister was in the back seat. My dad got hit in the hip. It went clean through. And it's wild, man. My father had a wild past, dude.
Yeah, so.
Your daddy named Tommy E.
He looked like he remember that story. Like, that motherfucker still owe me $10. That motherfucker still owe me $10. Where you at right now? Where your daddy at?
So we're going to move on to this other article. This one
Topanga,
was crazy for me.
Topanga.
Hey,
original.
I'm gonna tell you before you talk. Be careful what you say about Topanga.
I love her. That's
I'm
the top.
Be careful what you say about Topanga.
I still follow her on Instagram.
From over here too.
Man, right.
That's my baby.
Man,
that's my baby. I love her.
Topanga can still get.
Oh my God.
Topanga can still get it.
So, according to People.com, original Boy Meets World Topanga actress says she lost her role because she wasn't pretty enough. This is her. That was supposed to be Topanga, and they got rid of her because she wasn't pretty enough. And did they nail it?
They
nailed it.
Yes, because the Topanga.
Yes, Danielle Fishel
is her.
An
She
icon.
is that chick.
Danielle Fishel, dude.
Like,
she is a mega dime. To this day, I follow her on Instagram, and she's like a mother of like 3 kids, and she does like all the MILF stuff. She looks like the lady at the grocery store.
She's gonna be a mother of 4 kids.
I'm telling you,
I am definitely getting her pregnant.
She'll get pregnant by me shaking her hand.
Shit.
Yeah,
I mean the other girl's not bad, but
she's not bad, but she's not Topanga.
She's not Topanga at all.
Yeah,
her teeth ain't even white.
Right? She ain't even on the same level.
Right.
During the last episode of iHeartRadio's Pod Meets World, Morgan told former Boy Meets World stars Danielle Fishel, Ryder Strong, and Will Friedle how she was 12 years old at the time when the role seemed written just for her. Even the name was out of my parents' love history. Morgan, who also worked as a contortionist. Wow, what are the what are
the universe loves me.
Yeah, it must be, man. We got a contortionist in the house.
You want to know something that's crazy? I knew that too.
You knew what?
That she was a contortionist.
How you know that?
For real.
Like you followed her. You followed her a little closer than you. Oh, there's a bigger Topanga fan
No,
than you.
the other girl.
This is Morgan, the other chick.
Yeah, she played on The Ring.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen The Ring.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever have either.
Okay.
It does say that at the top. Ring star Bonnie Morgan.
Was the original Topanga.
She was the original Topanga Lawrence, and at 12 years old, they had to get rid of her because look at her now.
Wait, is she in some of the Boy Meets World episodes?
I don't remember that. I don't
As
remember
the original Topanga.
I think they recasted her before they even aired it, right?
So they saw Topanga walking down the street. They were like, "Get this bitch out of here. This is the one we want."
But it was, but it was a little, but it's a little
dads,
kid though.
Like we're girl dads. Like I'm not sure if you guys got kids or not. But
Yes.
like imagine you have kids.
Yeah, 4-year-old daughter.
Okay. So you have a 4-year-old daughter. You got kids, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine if like hearing like somebody telling your daughter you're not pretty enough. This little girl is prettier, and so we're gonna like that. Like is when I
It's
like
devastating.
reading that shit, it is.
It's devastating.
But it's like it's more so because the first thing your fatherly instincts kick in. Like, okay, how am I gonna fix this? And I don't know how to fix this because now somebody has literally told you that you're not, you had something in your hand and they took it out of your hand because you're not pretty enough to have this.
Yeah, that
Like,
is a wild thing.
that's-
But also being the guy that's casting and to even tell a 12-year-old that this other 12-year-old is hotter, right? Isn't that kind of messed up altogether?
But no, because you would think that would be a different tactical way of saying
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like,
But I don't know.
Maybe
sorry, little girl, you're not pretty enough, but I'd like to bang this one.
Well,
Like,
I'm
what is
glad
that?
that I knew Topanga when I was underage because I would definitely probably go to jail for that bitch.
You are terrible,
Just saying.
Jared.
I don't know where this show has went.
We don't know either.
Once again,
Lexx with the disclaimer.
those opinions of those here at No Outlet Live do not reflect those of his guests or Redline Radio,
Or
nor of the
ChurchBoi
Lex Vegas show, nor of Fellowship with ChurchBoi. Okay, all right. ChurchBoi's Fellowship does not condone, anything underage.
Warning,
okay?
do not try these stunts at home. They have been performed by professionals. And
I don't even know what stunts he's talking about. That's how much I'm not into what he's talking about. That's how far I am from the subject. I don't even know what the hell I don't know what stunts. I ain't seen no
God
stunts,
is
y'all.
good all the time.
All the time.
Your
man, all the
disclaimer
time.
was just
All
so
the time.
good.
God is good.
I tried to rehearse the Jackass disclaimer because yours was so good. I didn't know what else to do. So
you gotta be ready for that in case somebody says something on your show that throws you off real quick. And we were talking on my show one time, and somebody it triggered me, and I'm not gonna say it on your show because I literally hated that I said it. But it was in conversation. They were like, "Well, I don't want to say the F word."
yeah,
So they were like, "Well, what's another word that we can use inside of that? What's another word for a F?" And I was like, "What? A Q?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" And I literally stopped. Was like, edit that part out. Edit it out.
Why do you need
now.
to edit it though? That's what makes shit funny though. Is when
what
you
gets
say
kicked
things
off
people
the
don't expect
goddamn
you to say.
air.
Like-
Okay, see, what you got to. My show is part of a radio station, and the
Yeah.
radio station has sponsors.
Yeah,
So-
well, if you're on
and
the
those
radio,
people-
that's different,
right?
though.
You know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying? So it's,
saying.
but I'm saying like, so it was and it was in and it was in partial conversation. Nobody meant any malice by it. We were actually trying to talk around it, but you know how like you're just deep in conversation and you got edibles kicking in and all type of shit. And like when he said it, and I just like popped back up. I was like, well, he said, well, if I can't say this, and I was like, what, this? And I was like, holy. And it
Walked
like,
right into
through,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And you gotta cut that quickly because you say the wrong thing and they will be picking it outside your damn studio by the time you wrap up.
But
By
that's
the
why we
time
bought a
you-
website and stuff so we could go and do that like we
I'm
want
gonna be
to.
saying so many F words and
Yes.
Q words and all of them.
Once again,
And we're gonna have nude chicks in here shooting us with paintball guns.
when he does this, please remember that those opinions of the hosts of No Outlet Live
are shared by the co-host also. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bikini
Okay,
bitches
I
shot
was
us with
making sure
paintball
you said that.
guns.
Beer, 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 beer.
So just when y'all be outside picking and just let me and ChurchBoi go head through because we ain't had nothing to do with it.
They know you guys didn't have anything to do
So
with it.
we touched on
Hallelujah, I didn't.
so we touched on this subject a little bit earlier. CinemaBlend.com has this story about Jaden Smith claims his mom, Jada, was the one who introduced the Smith family to psychedelics.
He looked like Sid.
So let's keep this picture up on there so that everybody can let that soak in a little bit.
Oh my God.
He appears to be very close with his family, Jaden Smith.
I think that whole family a little too close to each other. From
Man, they kind of are,
right.
man.
Yeah.
Psychedelic drugs are substances that can change a person's perceptions, mood, cognitive functions, blah, blah, blah.
Like women.
I think it was my mom, actually. This is a quote from Jaden himself. I think it was my mom, actually, that was really the first one to make that step for the family. It was just her for a really, really long time, and then it eventually trickled and evolved. Everybody found it in their own ways. So he was saying that they were doing LSD, they were doing ayahuasca, ecstasy. She was kind of feeding them all kinds of different drugs, and
that means you don't want somebody to know what's going on in your own house when you got to keep us that high.
That's a compound, bro.
Right. You are literally trying to keep us from noticing what the hell you are doing.
Right.
Like, why are you trying to keep us that high? Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand you even if you my grandpa used to give me a little beer in the cup, you know what I'm saying? You had a little wine that you snuck or whatever. You know, that kind of thing to mellow the kids out and put them to sleep or whatever. I'm not fucking giving you fucking shrooms and shit.
Yeah.
To have you hallucinating so you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Or
on
you
the
can't
flip side
tell.
of that,
Yeah,
they
you can't
say that mushrooms and psychedelics and things change the chemical makeup in your brain, and it like changes you and it's supposed to cleanse you and all this shit like that. And even ayahuasca, they say all that. Like,
it is a therapeutic.
Going for.
They're working it in therapeutic studies right now, and in the settings with professionals, and they are saying that it can actually regenerate brain cells. The mushrooms can. The psilocybin. I don't know about LSD and ayahuasca and all that stuff.
We're talking about children.
But exactly. I'm with you.
Why the hell you need to reset a child's brain?
I'm with you.
How old were they? Yet in the first place.
Man, look, Jada Pinkett, I'm gonna say it here first, and Will want to slap somebody's face. Come bring you something. But
Will get
she's
jailed.
a witch,
bitch.
Yeah. Will Smith. This is my disclaimer. Will Smith. The statements made by ChurchBoi was not made by the host of No Outlet Live.
They're shared by his manager, Lexx Vegas. Fuck you, Will.
I feel like Jada Pinkett on some voodoo shit.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
That's trying to cause a state of confusion, man.
I can agree
Why
with
you
that.
think Will can't leave her ass? She
Right,
done buried his drawers in the front yard.
Exactly.
That shit is real.
That shit is real.
They said a woman will bury your drawers in the front yard and you can't leave.
Put some
I've heard of
They
it.
said no, seriously. They said you
put
can't
some
leave her.
blood
Don't tell my wife
spaghetti.
that.
They said they'll put like period blood in your pasta sauce and you're theirs for life. You can't leave them.
Yo, Jarrod, I'm sorry to tell you, but she invited me to that ceremony. We were getting drunk on tequila. She was like, "We're about to bury Jared's drawers in the front yard."
And you let her though? How dare you?
Your ass
sir.
been there ever since.
See? I mean, why else would a woman put a man through that much and you not leave?
Right.
Like there's only so much you can take.
Yeah.
She is literally trying to bring this man down. Like eventually you get to a point where you just be like, all right, look, just shut the fuck up.
Because
just shut the fuck up.
He won't.
And he won't do that. Like,
because
I would have been told Jada, hey, you go on TV one more time and say some shit, and I guarantee you.
Everybody has to admit that, when I was a child and growing up in the 90s, I was one of the biggest fans of Will Smith. I mean, that was my dude.
Yeah.
He was the
Will
best.
was cool.
He was the best of the best. And this woman single-handedly has torn down his entire everything.
And he's letting her.
And he's
what was
letting
the last
her.
thing that she was even in that was like, popular since back in like the
Probably The
90s,
Matrix.
Couldn't
like
tell you.
2000?
Probably The Matrix.
It was the
Right.
Or
Matrix.
no, it was a girls trip. That they did the girls trip with Queen
But
Latifah
just like
and
Cat
Tiffany
yeah,
Haddish.
right.
That's something I'm saying.
But
no,
you know
I
what
didn't
though?
hear about
But
it.
like Cat Williams said, any four ladies could have played that movie.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
could have.
Yeah.
They could have. But he was asking
Right.
what was the last.
But
That was the last thing I
yeah.
can remember her in.
Right.
Was that? But yes. But
I
Jeremy,
did. Yeah.
I have to leave.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have to go. I'm sorry. I
No,
really
you're
have to
all
check
good.
out. I appreciate you guys having us.
No,
unfortunately, we do got to take off.
Yes.
I will see you though on the Lexx Vegas show. We set a date. What date was it? You remember? I don't remember right
the
now.
7th or 8th.
One of those days.
It's next weekend.
Yes, and if you want, I'd ask you, and I'm asking you in front of. Bring your man.
Okay, that's a bet. Bet.
For
Right?
sure,
Bring him on
man.
the show. All
Yep,
right,
next Friday. We'll be there at 6:30.
Y'all cool people,
You can be
man.
there next
Y'all-
Friday if
y'all
you
my
want to.
white
My
cousins.
show's on Thursdays, but
There you
can be
go.
there
We
on
gotta
Friday if
come
you
on
want to.
Thursdays.
Hold
we'll
on.
be there Thursday.
I do got to
though.
ask Church Boy one last thing.
We need to get on your itinerary. You know.
Yeah.
I got you on the schedule. I just don't remember what day it is right now.
For sure.
But
I'm pretty sure it's
I got
next
him on the
Friday.
schedule.
Tell him
No,
when it is, and we'll go. He
I'm
said
100%
Thursday.
sure it's not next Friday because my show is on Thursdays.
Oh, okay, Thursday.
I was young.
All right.
figure
Hey,
it out,
Church
man.
Boy.
Yeah,
you,
man.
You just said
Like,
we're
thank
your white
you.
cousins.
Yeah, y'all my new white cousins, man.
So
Oh, hell yeah,
did
fam.
I
For sure.
officially just get invited to the cookout?
I don't know about that.
Oh, damn. It was worth a shot.
We'll bring you a piece of fish or something.
Hey, it was nice meeting you guys. Hey, much love.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, brother.
You guys be safe.
Have a good one, man.
So, in this article, though, it did bring up that Jada Pinkett Smith, she started doing the ecstasy somewhere. I did read this earlier. It said that she started doing the ecstasy during the filming of The Nutty Professor because she was Mr. Clump was trying to hook up with her, Jada's character, throughout that whole movie. A lot of people don't remember that. You don't remember that?
I'm trying to remember Nutty Professor, and I'm like thinking back. Was she even in that movie?
Yeah, she's the chick that Professor Clump is trying to hook up with.
Oh, really? And she had to do ecstasy to.
She said she was doing. Let me find it in here. His memoir. Okay, right here. On an episode of the Red Table Talk, the Girls Trip actress spoke of how she passed out on ecstasy on the set of The Nutty Professor and went on to explain that that was the last time she went to work like that, which means she was eating so much X that she went to work tripping hard on some ecstasy.
Like, you have to take a lot to be cool with going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you smoke weed every day. I understand. Like, you smoke, you go to work. But ecstasy, though, like.
Yeah, that is crazy. I've done ecstasy at work.
Not me.
I have done that.
That's where I'm with them. Like, it's a little much.
Yeah, so she got the family all doped up, but we did cover that a little bit earlier. Let me go into our next couple of news stories, and we can finish off our video and then end this show right here. Big ups to Lex Vegas and ChurchBoi for coming through. I mean, that was super fun. Them guys are great. I definitely got a lot of love for them. Hold on, let me get rid of these pop-ups. Oh, the Insider. The Insider won't let me read this story, so that one's done.
And again, gotta start vetting the story.
I do, but I look at all this stuff on my phone.
I gotcha.
Mashable.com says spectacular Webb telescope image reveals things that scientists cannot explain. So they got this new telescope out there that's it's way better than the Hubble. The Webb telescope has all these different ways of taking images and looking through different lenses. Like the Hubble telescope could only see so many different things in UV light or so many gases or whatnot. Right. This Webb telescope can see, I think it's like 10 times more out in space.
And what is it seeing?
From Webb, the most powerful space observatory ever built, astronomers spent 50 hours peering into the deepest cosmos and spotted some of the first galaxies ever formed, well over 13 billion years ago, capturing such a rich cosmic vista with the faintest objects humanity has ever glimpsed in an impressive feat. But the data also reveals, what would that word be? Primeval?
Say it in the sentence again.
The data also reveals that these primeval galaxies, or it'd be primeval, I don't know. These galaxies emitted a phenomenal amount of energy into space, about 10 times more than scientists predicted. The key question is how these nascent galaxies achieve this. So what they're saying is that they're looking at things that are 13 billion years old, and we're seeing how galaxies are actually formed through this telescope.
How do you know?
I'm confused about everything to do with space talk.
Well, they say like we've never had a picture of actual space. It's always like enhanced photos, like in like 3D images.
That is what it is, because most of these telescopes are actually taking in sound, and they're rendering images off of sound. And I don't understand how you can say that this is a true image of a black hole, which that science behind the images of black hole is made through sound. So how are you making an image through sound? I mean, actually, that doesn't make much sense to me. But I'm not a scientist.
I'm not either. And I don't know.
It's very weird, right?
Yeah.
But what they're saying is that the powerful Webb telescope can see energy created by these early galaxies. The astronomers identified 44 galaxies that likely formed in the first 5 million years of the universe. Originally, this energy was emitted in the form of ultraviolet light, but has also been stretched to infrared light. So what they're seeing is that the energy by these galaxies being formed is greater than what they assumed or calculated that it actually what they thought it was.
And that's gonna be a problem, or
I don't even think it's a problem or anything like that. They're just learning new stuff, that our galaxy was formed with this amount of energy and it's probably not going to, it doesn't align with the math.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm assuming this is about.
So it's scientifically wrong, which science is always wrong.
What messes me up, though, is that they say that they take these telescopes, right? And they capture images like this, and you see this galaxy, you look into it, you zoom in, and you do your math or whatnot, but they say that it's 13 billion years old.
Right.
How do you know, or how does that even work? How are you looking into space and seeing something that hasn't happened yet?
Space is the future.
Like but they're saying that it's the past. That you're looking at something that is 13 billion years old.
Yes.
But you're looking at it when we're 13 billion years in the future.
That would make sense, yeah. If it was 13 billion years
But how
old
are you
today.
looking at something that in the past that's that happened at the beginning of time? I don't understand that.
I don't either.
It's hard to wrap your brain around.
I feel
it.
like you've confused me.
Because that's what they're saying in this, is that this Webb telescope, it spotted some of the first galaxies ever formed, well over 13 billion years ago, is what this thing is looking at. So how are you looking at something that's 13 billion years old?
That's just how old it is, right?
No, they're saying it was, or maybe is that... Hold on.
See, that's why I'm getting confused by what you're saying, because I feel like...
Astronomers identified 44 galaxies that likely formed during the first 500 million years of the universe. Okay, maybe, yeah.
They just probably counted the rings on that shit. Was like, is this old?
Like a tree.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think I am actually, I'm confusing myself with this one. Okay, so it's just super old.
Yeah, just super old planets that we're seeing for the first time, apparently.
So,
I don't think space is real.
Yeah, I know.
It is real, but we can't get there, I don't think.
Yeah. But that was No Outlet News. Let's jump back into some video. I got some stuff that I would like you to see, buddy, and let's get your opinion on some videos that I found.
All right.
Done. Give me this. I am tired of telling y'all to put your phones up. I said it 4 times before the bell. Goodness gracious. And you know what?
Goodness gracious. I don't just do that at all.
I'm tired. Y'all pull your phone out and you get the same thing.
I hope she boots that shit in his face.
I'm done.
I think I would be highly upset if my kid was in school and the teacher whipped a $1,000 phone at the wall. You don't know how much that phone costs.
But
that's a felony.
If I'm sitting in the classroom and I'm one of those kids I'm dying inside. Like, you just got your phone fucked up.
For sure. You know this kid filming definitely is. And they saw it bubbling up. So they pulled out their phone to film it themselves. They caught her in mid-stride.
Right. And it's so hard not to make a reaction when you're making a video like this. I'm dying right now. I ruined the whole video, like, laughing over that shit.
I said it 4 times before the bell.
Oh, hold on. If you listen here...
I think I do 4 times though.
I think I hear somebody in the background laughing at this.
Tired of telling y'all to put your phones up. I said it 4 times before the bell.
I just can't contain
Goodness
myself.
gracious. And you know what?
Goodness gracious.
You can get your parents to replace it because I'm tired. Y'all put your phone out and you get the same
she feels
thing.
guilty, and she picks up the phone and
I'm
brings it
done.
back. I'm done with this, but she
Damn,
did slam
gives it back broken as fuck though. Like,
Oh, it's funny to you?
yeah, it's funny, bitch. Like,
I think it's hilarious because tomorrow's April Fool's Day and we're not going to be together, so that's not even Janae's phone. Oh my God. Got you!
Oh,
she say fuck you?
No. She said it was April Fool's Day and that wasn't his phone.
Oh my God. I thought she was like, so fuck you.
No, so that was a prank she pulled on the class, and she acted it out really good.
Yeah, but that made it horrible that it was fake. Like, that'd have been so much more hilarious if it was real.
No engine. Go ahead and give us 2 jumps. Straight jumps. Don't be shy. Well, it's dent proof. You cannot
What
dent.
kind of car?
Jump high. How much did you say you weigh? 220. Go ahead and give us a high jump. 220.
It looks like a Mercedes.
Okay, Nick. Nick, is it stopped? That's amazing. You like that, Nick? Yeah. Not a dent.
No, you have
Oh no, I'm just doing a vlog. I'm acting like I work here and he's jumping on a car.
You don't work here.
No, I don't work here.
Oh yeah.
Tell me that isn't the coolest prank ever, dude.
Not a dent.
This dude fucking rules. He rules so hard.
Like the dude with the orange thing around his neck, that's not an employee. Like,
No,
showing off the car.
that's some dude with a VIP pass to the car show. This idiot made him jump on the
He
car.
was like, dude, you can jump on the
He said, "We have invincible cars, dude. Check this out. Jump on it."
That's.
This is a convention center. I'm not working here.
Oh, it's because you're not supposed to be jumping on the car like that. And I said, I didn't know.
It's all right. Nick did a good job on today's show. He's our man. We'll catch you guys like. No, and just go ahead and give
Dude,
us
I
2
want to
jumps.
see the after, like that dude's actual reaction to what just happened. Like,
Dude, that is so terrible. That's one of my favorites. Oh shit. So have you ever bought something and it made your girlfriend really mad at you that you spent money on some specific thing?
Usually it's the other way around. Like, I hate when she spends our money. I'm such a penny pincher. I'm like, dude, what do you even need that for? We have like bags of shit that's not even open yet. She'll go on like Target runs and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I'm the one who's like that.
If I had a bunch of extra money, I think I would do what this fella just pissed off his girlfriend with.
Why do we have this? For what fucking reason? For what reason?
It's fucking fun. Watch.
It's fun?
I'm gonna use it.
It's fun. You're going to use it. Okay. Okay. Good. Travel.
Do you recognize this from anything?
I don't know, but he looks like a fucking nerd, so it has to
He
be
is
some
a nerd.
Star Wars shit.
He's a total nerd. This is a capsule that Goku flew in space and worked out to beat up Vegeta, and he did like
dude, he needs that. I need that. Good spend.
Good spend, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Why do we have
fun,
this? For
watch.
what fucking reason? For what reason?
It's fucking fun. Watch.
It's fun?
Because it's fucking fun. Watch.
You're going to use it. Okay.
How much do you think that costs?
Okay.
Dude, a lot of money.
Travel back and forth to work with that.
She said you could drive your ass to work in that. So yeah, he got a space
Damn.
capsule
See, he
from
ain't got no
Dragon Ball Z.
license. Like,
dude, Dragon Ball Z is fire. I mean, he found a space capsule, a real one.
But do you need it for the money? Because I'm sure that's way overpriced.
Way overpriced.
Like, what is it? Like just a sleeping bag?
I don't know. I don't even know if it has a function. It just looks cool.
Dude, if you walked out with like shredded with like a fucking 6-pack and he's ready to go to war, like some fucking blonde hair and shit, I'd be like, hell yeah, sign me up.
I highly doubt that he's gonna step out of that thing with cum on his shirt and
oh yeah,
and the
dude,
porn's still playing.
That's where I'd go to jerk off.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
you know what I'm saying?
it's a jack off capsule.
Like right in the middle living room.
So.
All right. I've seen many a drunk girl do this before, though.
Can I get your vape now, please?
This chick just killed it in the bar with a pool stick because she wanted to hit somebody's vape.
Yes.
Check out this dance.
No, I saw it.
I loved it.
Like, I feel like all drunk white girls dance like that. They know that.
Look
like,
at
out
that
the
move.
box. Right. Play the guitar and shit. Like, get it.
She killed it, though.
Big solo.
Yeah. All right, so let's lighten the mood with explosion in Beirut.
It didn't break out the windows all the way over there, though.
It
That
may
wasn't,
have.
Like,
It may have because they turned off their phone when the wave got to
Gotcha.
their building. But look at how devastating this is. This
when
is
did that happen?
This is a chemical plant that happened pretty recently. The 27th of June is when this was uploaded onto TikTok. I'm not sure if this is... I don't think this is a place that's in war. I'm not positive, though. But I think this is a chemical plant that just kind of imploded.
Damn. Or what?
Boom!
Though? Like, what caused an explosion that big? You know what I'm saying? The entire chemical plant had to go up. There's no survivors in that.
None. There's definitely not. That's like a nuke, bro.
Yeah, man. Like,
I couldn't imagine. I mean, that is terrifying, dude.
Yeah, that would be insane. I want to see the rest of the video, though. I want to see if, like, the windows break out and shit goes
Yeah,
nuts.
like the movies.
Oh, well, not just the movies. There's that other, I can't remember what explosion it was, but they have, like, the chick standing inside her window, and the windows shatter out and everything blows out, and she's, like, standing, like, that far away from it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, oh, there should be some aftermath.
So tonight coming up very soon, there is... Let me get it over here. So tonight, Jarrod, Big Baby Anderson, I'm wearing your shirt, bro. Big love. Toledo has a heavyweight champion in the making. He is a professional boxer. Make sure you check him out on ESPN Plus. Tonight, he is fighting a former heavyweight world champion, and he's climbing his way up the ranks. And I do have a highlight video that I'm going to play to show people, give you a taste. If you have ESPN Plus or whatnot, check them out tonight, because the big fights, they're not the Paul brothers. You got to watch real boxing if you're into boxing. And Jarrod Big Baby Anderson, they have been comparing to Mike Tyson. So it's very exciting. Are you a fan of boxing at all?
I don't watch much boxing, but when I do, I'm entertained. You know, like, it's always a good time, I guess.
It is fun to see people punch shit out of each other.
Yeah.
So let me
go down to your local bar, but that's not safe.
Let me show you guys a little bit of Jarrod Anderson. This is a highlight reel. Body shots, just setting people down. He's setting them down.
That was a clean shot, though.
Oh my God. He's a beast. The dude's a very technical fighter, and he's mean in there, like Mike.
Is he wearing a dress?
No, now in boxing, a lot of people wear like these flailing things on their shorts.
Gotcha.
So he's got like compression shorts, but he's got that little flail.
Yeah.
Little flare on there.
You know.
Well, I'm gonna go grab me a drink.
Dude just begged him to stop. He's like, stop, please. I never seen no shit like that.
Bro, he's a very mean fighter. He said in an interview that when somebody finally hits him and they hit him good, it makes him mad, and he looks for it. He wants to get hit,
Right?
So that puts the anger in him.
Yeah, for sure.
and it gives him the power, and he just starts downing people, bro. This dude is 14-0.
Doing it the whole time in a dress, bro. That's wild.
But he's a Toledo, Ohio heavyweight boxer, man, and we haven't had one of them since Devin Vargas. He went to the Olympics and came home with the bronze. He got taken out in the silver medal fight. And Jarrod never, I don't think Jarrod went to the Olympics. He went to the Junior Olympics, I believe. And he's just been working this whole time to become a destroyer in the heavyweight division. Oh my God!
You know that dude already looks worked. He's like, dude, just please knock me out.
At that point, you gotta quit, dude.
I don't know. I don't think there is a quit.
If he's holding you up,
by
punching you,
yeah, but that's kind of the point, dude. Like, even when you're that far down, like, don't quit.
Here we see Anderson's got Langston in the corner, and he's just pounding on.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. You got.
If you have Mike Tyson just drilling on you, you gotta tap out, bro.
Where are you gonna go? What if it's not a sanctioned match or whatever? It's on the street with Mike Tyson. Like, at some point, you're just gonna have to keep going until you can't.
Well, these guys don't street fight. They don't street fight.
I'm just saying, same, but it's the same kind of heart, you know.
This is the thing: is that these guys, they train day in, day out. They train. They're professionals at this stuff.
Like no bitch.
And people do die from getting punched in the head.
I'm sure.
It's happened a couple of times in boxing. There was a fight way back in the day when the picture on the TV was still gray, and there was this dude that kept on. There was this guy that kept on making remarks about his opponent being gay, and when they got into the ring, the gay dude punched him to death. That was one of the. I think that was
no way.
Yeah, it was
Pull
the last
that story right now. Like, look it up. Let's see.
Right.
Not that this reel isn't cool and everything, but
hold on, let me.
I want to see a gay dude punch a dude out to death.
And this is according to NBC News. Oh, they don't want to show me it. Let me go to YouTube. He was bisexual. He wasn't gay, but the dude kept on making gay remarks about the fella.
Yeah. What was his best remark? Let's hear it.
So, that's him dying right there. He just got punched out. So, leading up to the fight, the dude kept on saying a lot of things about this guy being gay. And, you know, back in the 50s, or this is probably before the 50s, when he finally got in the ring, the dude was so mad he took it out on him. And look at him. You gotta tap out.
The ref, like,
You gotta tap out. Look, he kept him up with punches and just kept going.
Yeah, the ref shouldn't let that fight go on that far, though.
That man died in the ring.
Right. I want to hear the shit talking that he was saying, though. I want to hear
Well, back then, all
what
this
was the
stuff,
offense.
all that stuff was done in like newspapers, and interviews are done in the paper back at that time. Let me see if I could find
an article.
Yeah, an article. Hold on.
Doing a deep dive.
Benny the Kid. Benny Kid Paray and Emil Griffith. Benny Kid Paray death. Okay, here we go. So this is come on.
You can't even get it on like.
Unfortunately, the
under wraps.
The rivalry came to a tragic end on March 24th, 1962. Emil Griffith and Benny the Kid Paray first met on April 1st, 1961. For Paray's welterweight crown in Miami Beach in an epic battle, Griffith, who came in with a 22-2 record, emerged victorious, flooring the champion in the 13th round. to win his first championship. Let me see. Who's the subject of many controversies. It is theorized that one of the reasons Pere died was that he was vulnerable due to the beatings he took in the previous 3 fights. Okay, so this was a buildup of a bunch of fights that killed him. It was held in Madison Square Garden in New York City. It was broadcasted on ABC. It was the fight of the week. Notable controversial punishment for Pere took in the ring at the hands of Griffith, which led to his loss in the 12th round of a scheduled 15-round fight. Pere died in the hospital due to his injuries 10 days later. The match has been cited as one of the reasons for the decline of boxing as a mainstream televised sport and led political calls for bans on boxing bouts.
Damn. And did it though? Because I feel like still boxing is like a huge sport that a lot of people watch. Like,
yeah, it definitely did not
deter
hinder.
Yeah,
it didn't hinder anything
for sure.
Pere recaptured the welterweight crown by split decision. 2 fights with Griffith in December. I don't think they want to get into the dude talking his homophobic.
I wanted to hear what the comments were.
Yeah. Right here it is. The morning of the fight, at the customary weigh-in, Pere needled Griffith with an insult in Spanish while Griffith stood on the scales. Contemporary newspaper reports described the exchange without being specific about the insult, but did say that when asked afterward to pose with Pere for photos, Griffith replied, "I'd better not. I'm liable to swing right now." The insult leveled Pere was a maricón, understood by both boxers as the F word.
That was it? That's why I beat him to death?
He beat him to death for calling him a maricón.
Are you allowed to say it even if it's in a different language?
I don't know.
And is that the proper way you say it? Because maybe you said something totally different.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that word before. People call me maricón everywhere I go.
You kind of do give that vibe.
Yeah. Real maricón vibe. But with that being said, I'd like to thank Lexx Vegas and ChurchBoi for coming out to the show. I thank all of you for watching and anybody subscribing. And please keep on following us because we are coming with more and more. The show is growing by the minute. Thank you for tuning in to No Outlet Live, and we will see you next time.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.
Tomesek and Jarrod Stover. The road to boredom ends here.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.